today. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Stafford and the Carolina Panthers versus Aaron Rodgers and the Miami Dolphins.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game, so he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
A first carry down. This is Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Some of the big boppers in the game traditionally have been safeties, and he certainly fits that mold. He lets his pads do his talking.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
A loss of 4 yards.
And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they and it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
This is fielded at the 7. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
The numbers for Mixon last week: 17 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 3rd down, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown.
Jason Sanders.
It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly to fumble, and you're watching the back of the defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 1st down, Stafford here. He's got this one complete to Perriman. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down now, Mixon and some room to work. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll run with Mixon. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down.
brings up second.
Quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
To throw on third down, Stafford. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Tyrell Williams. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Williams.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
16 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this is incomplete.
Rodgers' pass thrown away and incomplete. Kyle Duggar there on the coverage.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
9 yards.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Rodgers. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
At the 23-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 7-7.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. That is caught at the 7. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Touchdown, Miami.
23 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers about ready to take over. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Mixon, the ball carrier.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 39, Stafford. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
Good route, good pickup. For first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. From the gun, a give to Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. 23 yards to pick up there. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Mixon, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Geis. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And out come the Dolphins now. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pick.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. DK Metcalf with 2 touchdowns up. The season both in this game. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Mike 50, Mike 50. 40 gun.
This is Geis. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Geis, the ball carrier.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Mixon. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
Ball carrier.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to Was their will on the defense? Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a run with Geis. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
The ball carrier.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Can we just take that run and turn it into kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Hey, 50 the mic, 50 the mic. Here we go.
Throwing is Stafford. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Rodgers. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner. Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught left side, Williams. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So, all right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Jason Sanders.
And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the 2nd half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Geis. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
A gain of 2.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
They give him Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They'll run with Geis, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Darius Geis, the ball carrier.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
51. Squeeze double 32.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Mixon. Skirts by him at the 35. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
28-yard line.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
The ball carrier.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
That's good for a Carolina Panthers.
Fred, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take. It's up and good. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
Rosa set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10 now, third quarter from Charlotte. To throw again, Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's caught by Howard. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
To O.J. Howard.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers, blitz coming, and down he goes. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
At their own 22-yard line.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They were losers to Philadelphia a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead as they start this drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Joe Mixon on.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And the play goes Nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Here's Stafford. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this. Back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. They go jet sweep. This is Taylor. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Stafford's back.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Miami set to take over. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And some room to roam now. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He's got the hat trick. 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Flush to his right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
Rodgers now. From the gun, he'll throw. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up second.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play.
40-yard line.
But the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Rodgers
certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
It's a gain of
first
6.
target, first catch, and a first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On first down, Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Dolphins.
Rodgers now on first down. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Rodgers again now. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They run for it with Mixon, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
Joe Mixon on the carry.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Panthers, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire...